Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is RADIN HAZIQAH binti Radin Abdul Aziz. Today I will be presenting about funding management and institutions. 9 ways to get funding requirements for startup business. First thing first is be willing to get rejections several times. Most entrepreneurs approach banks for funding requirements, but they do not invest in a project but only provide debit. Therefore, the best option is to reach some initial funding requirements from their family and friends circles, set the business going, and approach angel funds for investments. A good proposal should have the profiles of its promoters, the business model, how revenues will come from operations, and more importantly, pitch the startup business idea in an appealing way. Your product or service should be addressing a specific problem and having a solution to it. The ideal way to present them will be in a storytelling mode. More importantly, you need to tell them how you utilize your money so far and how you are going to utilize the angel funding you get. With a little bit of market research, if you can project the market size, the likely growth in demand and uniqueness of your product. More importantly, the investors may be interested in how you will market the products and what plans are in place for reaching out to customers. Depending on how well you present and the differing perceptions of investors, it is likely that your proposal may get rejected or they may ask you to redraft the proposal. Don't worry, each rejection is an opportunity to go back and analyze where you have gone wrong or to find a more suitable investor. The second one is do networking to get connected to investors. Your success in startup business depends on how much connections you build in the industry. Example website that we can use is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one good source for networking. You can join groups on LinkedIn with interest in entrepreneurship and invest. Apart from LinkedIn, there are websites such as Meetup and Eventbrite. It may not be a bad idea to connect with other startup ventures who have secured funding requirements to get some idea of potential investors. Some government organizations and semi-governmental organizations may also be willing to help, but they require more documentation. The third one is get connected with entrepreneurship, promoters, and angel funds. Taking part in events organized by angel funds and entrepreneurship promotion organizations, such as the Indus Entrepreneurs, which is TIE, can help build contacts and feel the pulse of what is really going on in the market. There are several investors who can be reached online, including AngelList, Crunchbase, and CapRally. These sites enables entrepreneurs to create their profile, find people who are willing to invest, and build professional contacts. Although better investments can help only through face-to-face contact and discussions, it is worth supplementing it with online efforts across the globe. Next is make your presence felt and be marketable. Look for newspaper reports about funding requirements of innovative projects by angel funds and venture funds. Angel funds refers to a money pool created by high net worth individuals or companies for investing in business startups, while venture fund is investment funds that manage the money of investors who seek private equity stakes in startup and small to medium-sized enterprises with strong growth potential. These investments are generally characterized as high risk or high return opportunities. These days, they get sufficient space in business newspapers, magazines, and webzines. Examine closely what type of projects were sponsored by the investors, and this helps in shortlisting potential funding agencies. Other than that, get your product published in a box item in a local newspaper or website. This in return may be shared by social media and it gets talked about. It opens the door for investors to notice your idea or innovation and increase the chance of attracting them to your project. Next is try crowdfunding requirements also. Floated and interested investors vie for the project through a common forum. This type of fundraising is done for initial public offerings of public limited companies too. There are crowdfunding process sites like Kickstarter and Indiegogo that brings investors and entrepreneurs through a common platform. This forum helps people with funds to identify good projects to invest. The promoters of crowdfunding process sites get an incentive from running the show. This is right to influential businessmen. Most of businessmen have a team who track news reports for innovative projects and offer a monetary support after proper evaluation. For an example, Ratan Tata of the Tatas. Ratan Tata had funded over 10 projects covering wind energy, e-commerce, and IT. Some based on emails received from the startup business entrepreneurs. All such projects are vetted by a senior advisor working under Tata's group. Furthermore, most often the advisors or evaluators of these businessmen give only 30 minutes time to entrepreneurs to present their case. Those who succeed in making an impression are called for further rounds for shortlisting. Other than that is look for grants by entrepreneurs and government agencies. Look for grants by entrepreneurs and government agencies provide the seed capital to take care of initial expenditures. Some government agencies such as Science and Technology Ministry, Rural Affairs, the Environmental Ministry may be announcing grants from time to time for young researchers and entrepreneurs having innovative ideas to promote. Most often, they may not require any repayment, but the disbursement may be closely monitored and based on the performance of the new venture. The funding process will be done in installments. Next is take part in contests. Several major entrepreneurship events also feature contests inviting innovative ideas for funding process. They are also done by large enterprises and universities. And the last one is don't waste too much time looking for funds. Fed up with running around for funds, some consultants may also offer to negotiate on your behalf or get funding requirements from some agency they know. It is better to treat such consultants with caution and try to raise more money from friends and relatives in the initial phases. In the initial stages, your stage is that of the beggar as you badly need the funds and your product or project is only a brilliant idea, but not yet tested fully in the market. Next is, what is a financial institution? Financial institution is a company engaged in the business of dealing with financial and monetary transactions such as deposits, loans, investments, and currency exchange. There are 9 major types of financial institutions that provide a variety of services from mortgage loans to investment vehicle. The first one is central banks. Central bank is a financial institution responsible for the oversight and management of all other banks. The second one is retail and commercial banks. Retail and commercial bank is traditionally retail banks offer products to individual consumer while commercial banks work directly with businesses. Currently, the majority of large banks offer deposit accounts, lending and limited financial advice to both demographics. Products offered at retail and commercial banks include checking and saving accounts, certificates of deposit, personal and mortgage loans, credit cards, and business banking accounts. Third one is internet banks. Internet bank is a newer entrant to the financial institution market. Internet banks, which work similarly to retail banks. Internet banks offer the same products and services as conventional banks, but they do so through online platforms instead of bricks and mortar collection. Fourth, credit unions. Credit unions serve a specific demographic per their field of membership, such as teachers or members of their military. While product often resemble retail bank offerings, credit unions are owned by their members and operate for their benefits. Fifth, savings and loan association. Saving and Loan Association mutually held and provide no more than 20% of total lending to business fall under the category of savings and loan association. Individual consumers use savings and loan associations for deposit accounts, personal loans, and mortgage lending. 6. Investment banks and companies. Investment banks do not take deposits. Instead, they help individuals, businesses, and government raise capital through the issuance of securities. Investment companies, more commonly known as mutual fund companies, pull funds from individual and institutional investors to provide them access to the broader securities market. 7 is brokerage firms. Brokerage firms assist in individuals and institutions in buying and selling securities among available investors. Customers of brokerage firms can place trades of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, exchange-traded funds, and some alternative investment. Next is insurance company. Insurance company is a financial institutions that help individual transferees of loss are known as insurance companies. Individuals and businesses use insurance companies to protect against financial loss due to death, disability, accidents, property damage, and other misfortunes. And the last one is mortgage company. Mortgage company is a financial institution that originate or fund mortgage loans. While most mortgage companies serve the individual consumer market, some specialize in lending options for commercial real estate only. I think that's all from me. Thank you for lending your ears.